Going to try to make another video. I tried one Saturday, a couple days ago. Got everything done. Was on the notching, and as usual, I blew it during the notching, so I just scrapped the whole project. I was wanting to work a piece of Georgetown. I got some nodules at the Ice Creek Nap-In from Jim Conacher. Got that and got some more Roy Miller rock, and Jim has some rock up there also of his that he treated from Flint Ridge. But I was wanting to work one of the Georgetown nodules, but it's getting kind of late, and that's what I worked Saturday, and it was kind of a lengthy reduction, and I really just don't have time today to do it and to finish it, so I just thought I'd grab one of these pieces of Flint Ridge and hit on it a little bit and see if we can come up with something here. Kind of a two-part story on the working at Georgetown. I'm down to basically using hammerstones for abraders. I've got 2 new ones ordered, but they've not come in yet. And I kind of rely on my abrader to move my edge a lot. That's my biggest piece of a coarse abrader. But new ones are on the way, and I ordered extra this time. I went to West Virginia for a couple days this past week and stopped at the Ice Creek Nap-In. It was in Ironton, Ohio. So on my way back, and got to meet a couple of great guys. Jim Conacher was one, and Robert Malter. Robert came from, I believe it was Long Island, is where he said he lived. And from Long Island to Ironton, Ohio is not a short trip. So I thought it was really cool that he would come all the way down here for that. But he said, you know, there's no nap-ins or anything like that ever going on around there, so he said the trip was worth it. I wish I could have stayed. It's my second drop-in to a nap-in. I've not got to stay at either one that I've gone to. Both times met a few people and bought some rock, and unfortunately just hurriedly left. This whole edge is kind of kind of messed up. I don't think I really have much platforms for anything. I'm just trying to look to find something to start working back this other direction here. Try to take a second here. There was kind of some talk with Palo Greenberg. You know, he's trying to work indirect into his tool set, we'll say. But just trying to talk and give advice. I mean, it's really hard. Freeze crack in the beginning. I mean, when I first started trying to learn how to nap, was basically doing it through message boards, and Freeze Cracked was really instrumental in helping me out then. But one thing he said, and it kind of stuck, you know, it's hard to teach napping through a text type, I don't know the word I'm looking for, just environment, classroom if you want to say. It's just really hard without sitting with somebody and you can actually see the angles and everything that's going on. But when I first started doing these videos, I said I wasn't here to do them to teach. There's guys out there, many guys that are tenfold better than I will ever hope to be, that put out a good product to teach you. You know, I'm just here to help basically pass your time. I know I like watching people nap, and other people like watching people nap, and that's basically what I'm here for. But I just thought, you know, maybe there is a couple things I can kind of say along the way as far as what I do that I've picked up from all the other masters that I watch on videos. And just, again, I had I'll say a master napper here locally that helped me, Alan Day. And, you know, between all of them and what I've learned myself, you know, sometimes I can get a flake off halfway decently. But what I was going to say just before I even started to take this hit, got a little bit of a ridge running up this uphill area. It gets kind of chipped up going up toward the top of it. What I've learned through watching several hours of freeze crack, many 100 hours probably of freeze crack, support has a lot to do with things. You'll see me using this leather a lot of times. Sometimes I do it without leather. If I come to a point where I'm not going to use the leather, I'll explain why I'm not going to use the leather. But I mean, with the leather, you can place it under there, and like what I'm hoping is to take this flake and it go up here and basically cut part of this off. But if I don't use any kind of support, if I just rely on my indirect to take that flake, it's probably going to break off somewhere right in here. So I'm going to put slight pressure. I'm not going to push real hard with my finger underneath. It'll be like this right here. I'm talking about this finger here. They're both moving. I will just kind of lay it, and it's going to be out of the way. My tip's not going to hit it, so I don't have to worry about getting cut or anything like that. I mean, I make sure that my finger's out of the way, and then I'll use the leather also as just kind of added support. And I'll try to get the leather, I don't know if I'm even holding this right, I'll try to get the leather back off the edge so that when my tip engages, it's not going to hit the leather when it comes down. So I mean, we're talking about preloaded pressure and different things also. That's why when I come in, I mean, I already know where I want to put my tip. And I mean, I've got, this is already, it's hard to pull on up on it. I've got it in there pretty well in there under my knee. So I will place it where I want it to go. And then I use this left leg as support. I mean, I'll come up under, and then I'll kind of raise my foot up to apply more force to my indirect tip. Again, the angle is something you've got to figure out on your own. There's not no one angle size fits all. It's just something that you learn to do. And I sit there and say all that and it didn't go. That's what I get. That's why I try not to teach, see. I got another platform over here that I think I can take it. And it will come back and clean that out also at the same time. But again, just using the same principles as what I was just explaining with the support out toward the edge. Kind of broke up, but again, it didn't really do what I set out to do. So let me reset it. But again, I'm going to try to go up this ridge. Using pressure to support it. Again, I just went in and didn't do what I wanted to do. So that's why I say I'm almost getting what I deserve for trying to teach something that I don't know what I'm teaching. So the platform was here. I held pressure right at this point because this was already boogered up where I'd hit it. You can see it broke right there, but where I had the pressure on it, it went ahead and ran underneath it with the support I had underneath. The flake went ahead and traveled up and took a lot of that hump off. So if I'd have done it right the first time, I wouldn't have been saying all this. But it is what it is. I try not to blame rock. Rock is rock. But there does seem to be just some kind of a little bit of damage here in the end. So I said that I start trying to explain every flake, it'll take me forever to get through it. But you can see I've got somewhat of a platform right here. It just goes here and then drops off. There's no way I'm going to get a flake to travel up and over that. So in this case, I will not use the leather because I'm not going to use support. All I want to do is just kind of try to clean that part right there off and have it just come over into here and blend in. Which it did a little bit more than I expected it to. When you come over here and put a little hinge, not worrying about the hinge because we've got a whole lot of material to still remove. So. Guess when I set out to make a piece, and I'm sure everybody's the same. I'm not trying to say I'm anything special, but I guess I try to make the longest, widest piece that I can make, and it may be wrong. But I usually don't have any kind of strategy when I start out. I'm just going for hopefully something finished in one piece. Where this section's kind of gouged up, I'm just going to try to zigzag this one part of the edge off. At a racetrack. Again, this is going to be one where I'm not going to use leather. I just want this to come up and blend in wherever it blends in. Now I'm going back to the leather because I'm going to take this platform, got a little bit of ridge here, and I'm going to try to support it on each side of that ridge and let the flake travel between my fingers. See, that just went straight across, and pretty decent job of cleaning things up. Do the same thing. I'm going to bridge just between on each side of it. And there my fingers were like that, and that went right between my fingers. I've got another good ridge right beside it here with a decent platform. We'll raise it up just a little bit. Again with my fingers on each side of it. More than halfway. Again, just trying to thin and flatten that section. Something a little too flat. I, did there was just kind of reset that platform, raise the edge up a little more. I just felt like it was kind of low. High, low for the flake that I wanted to take. Now, I don't know if you can see like this. I've got a ridge here, but you can see the platform is kind of triangle shaped. It goes out this way, goes out that way. What I'm going to do is remove just these two corners to make that more of a straight ridge. You can tell it, but I've just taken that triangle part off. And hopefully that'll give that flake a better travel path. Come in over to here and stuff. So. At some point I'm going to have to decide where I'm going with this thing. Try to turn the corner with it. I think this top side has less color, so I'm going to bring that in, make that more my tip. Try not to lose much underneath their width. There's the least amount as possible. Missed my coarser brainer. Alright, I think I'm going to stop right here, dress my tip, and then I'll be right back.